love Ebertfest for the simple fact that there's an array of different types of films for every type of audience, age, and genre.
This is my very first time at Ebertfest, and the energy here is fantastic.
It's so warm, and the simplicity and the comfort of it, to actually share art and to take in other people's art, it's such a comfortable environment.
The Ebertfest vibe is sort of hard to replicate anywhere else.
After 20 years, I feel really excited about what happens when you take people and you immerse them in a space where they get to have different kinds of filmic experiences. It radically changes what they think film can be for them and what they think they can get from it.
I really like having the diversity of things that we show, not just diverse by race or gender, but just a diverse subject matter.
So much of it is about like the communal aspect of it, and seeing the crowd get to visibly and audibly react to some of like the more shocking and exciting moments of the film is such a fun part of being in a theater and experiencing a film that way.
Albany Road was my favorite. It really tugged at the heartstrings, and it was a very heartfelt moment about grief. And grief is all-encompassing, and everybody comes to it in a different way. So to show people how to come to it without fear and embracing it in whatever form it comes was a really powerful thing to watch.
My favorite movie that I've seen so far would be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I would have assumed maybe a third hadn't seen it, and it looked like to me more than half had not seen it. But I guess that's the beauty of Ebertfest, right? Is that you come here and you're seeing wonderful movies that maybe you missed. Like the original title of the festival was the Overlooked Film Festival. It's sort of continuing that original mission in some way, which is great. If you haven't seen it, I can't think of a better place to see really any movie, but a movie like that, the Ebertfest experience, I think that's exactly what it is valuable for.
Andy Davis has been here 3 times. He showed his film Holes here, he showed The Fugitive, and now he's here with Stony Island, a film I love.
This theater is so big and beautiful, and good acoustics, and it was a good audience, and right off the bat, Jim was making them uncomfortable in the first minute of the movie, so it's like, all right, the movie's working.
Yeah. To have the whole crowd moving at 9:30 in the morning was pretty awesome. And it was just great to be able to talk about our work and our music and this amazing woman here and all the work she's doing. So we will definitely come back to Virginia Theater.
The films that are selected by Chaz and Nate, they are all films that Roger would have selected. And the guests, the filmmakers, the actors, the critics, they all feel like they're part of his spirit. They're the same kind of energy and adoration of films.
So you know how last night Eric Roberts was like, nobody grows up wanting to be a film critic? Well, at least one person did, and it was me. And well, the reason why is the getting a little emotional, but the people on the cover of my book here, Siskel and Ebert, watching that show as a kid, changed my life.
It's a film festival that we said we would do for 1 year, and here we are 25 years later.
When you do the festival in 1999 and you're like, oh, that was great. And then you do it in 2000, you're like, oh, that's cool. Like, something's working here. But you can't envision 25 years down the road. You can only sort of envision next year. And then it becomes a very sort of slow process. And you get to this point where you look up and go, wow, we've been doing this for 25 years. What do you think?
And then to hear that the festival actually saved this theater, you can't beat it, I mean, for how important this festival is.
He created a film festival in the community that he grew up in and that nursed him. And it's just grown where people all over the world now, come to Ebertfest. The fact that it's continued all these years after we had to say goodbye to him, I think that's a lot to get, for a writer in terms of a legacy.
Roger Ebert's philosophy in today's society is monumental. It's not seeing movies as just a way of entertainment, but as a medium for human connection and bringing people together regardless of their backgrounds or history.
I always felt like he was the guy in the seat next to me. He was like, hey, dude, let's talk about this movie. And so that was the thing that I think made his reviews something I looked forward to, because I always felt like I was going to learn something, but I never felt like he was talking down to me like, dude, you should know this. It was just like, hey, Eric, if you want to enjoy the movie a little bit more, here's some background information that helps you to do that. And that was always about making the viewing experience better for the viewer.
This thumb probably says everything on how excited I am, to be here. It's a legacy that I've grown up with.
2 Thumbs Up is a part of culture, and to be a part of the film festival that he created and Chaz has continued is pretty special to be a part of.
Whenever they came out with their ratings for films, we would go to the paper, and that was really what made our decision if we wanted to see the film or not.
His philosophies return us back to the basics of a love for film and a love for talking about it in a critical way. I know so many other critics, along with myself, are very heavily influenced by his thoughts and the perspective that he brought. And I know that so many of us hope to carry the legacy that he left, and to just be in a space where his name is attached feels so special to me as a critic.
I think many critics would agree that to write about movies is to write about life, right? Movies can be about anything. They can be realistic docudramas, or they can be magical realist fantasy. So to write about movies is to write about the human experience. And that just seems like an insight that he was always trying to share.
To be able to be here in Champaign, Illinois, and celebrate 25 years of a festival in his name that honors him and the films that he reviewed and films that he liked is a huge honor. And I am so incredibly and profoundly grateful to be given this opportunity.
Roger called this the temple of cinema. Let's get up and bring joy. Let's not sit here and weep. Let's bring joy and connect with people. That's what life is all about.
I'm just grateful that Chaz has been able to continue this for so many years after Roger had departed, and that Roger's dream can carry on.
Chaz is such a wonderful head to this festival, and it's been so wonderful to get to see her bring such personality and vibrance and fun in honoring his legacy.
Chaz Ebert is amazing. She just brings an incredible amount of energy and intellect and knowledge to this festival.
But this festival so reflects Roger's commitment and engagement with film and film practitioners. And it's a depth you don't see anywhere else.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially in light of movies and theaters going away. This was a gift.
I just love film festivals because they make you people aware of movies without robbing their wallet.
This place is a palace, and what's more important are the people who come to see the films, who come to each film, who ask great questions.
We've been here almost every one of them. Makes you feel a little old. It speaks to the community and the close-knit thing and the relationship we had for Roger and the relationship we have for Chaz.
I think this is one of the few festivals you could go to and have a conversation with no one involved in the making of the film, just talking about the movie.
It's very spiritual when you sit in a dark room and share the experience of looking at a film with other people. And this space brings so much. It's a great setting, and then you all go on this journey together.
People know I have a little woo-woo in my beliefs because it's also scientific that matter can't be created or destroyed. So where do we go? What happens to us when we die, when we're no longer here physically on this earth? We're somewhere. Our matter still exists somewhere. Sometimes when I'm out there on the stage, I really do feel as if Roger is a hand in something.